Okay, 8th grade, we are going to continue our unit on solving compound, or solving inequalities in general. We're going to talk about solving compound inequalities today. So I got some examples here to kind of give you a real life example of what a compound inequality is. So it says to write a compound inequality that represents the situation and graph it. So then we're told today's temperature will be as low as 38 degrees and as high as 49 degrees. And we're supposed to write a compound inequality. So a compound inequality is what it is instead of an inequality, which has, x is greater than 4 would be an inequality. A compound inequality has two inequality symbols with the variable in the middle. So what I mean by that is, so I'm going to use, you can use any letter, any variable. I'll use T for temperature. And I'm going to say my temperature. So the temperature can be as low as 38. So 38 is as low as it can be. So 38 is going to go on one side. And it can be as high as 49 degrees. That's on the other. You always want the smaller on the left, larger number on the right. And then we got to determine our signs. So if the temperature is going to be as low as 38 degrees, that would mean T has to be greater than 38. Greater than or equal to 38. Because it could be 38 degrees, it could be 38.1 degrees, it could be 39 degrees. Anything greater than 38. Now you might look at this and say, you just wrote a less than or equal to sign. And I did because we actually are going to read this one backwards. Instead of saying 38 is less than or equal to T, which is true, I can say T is greater than or equal to 38 by reading it backwards. So this is saying T is going to be 38 or more. And then it's got to be as high as 49. So it can't be more than 49. So it's got to be less than or equal to 49, because 49 is as high as it could be. So I've successfully written a compound inequality. A compound inequality, like I said, has inequality signs on both sides of the variable. So then we're supposed to graph it as well. When we graph it, all I require is the two numbers and then put a 0 on there. In this case, so if 38 is here and 49 is here, I know 0 is somewhere over here. It doesn't need to be exact. So T is going to be greater than or equal to 38. So greater than or equal to 38 is going this way. It's going to be less than or equal to 49, which would be going this way, and they meet. And it shows that our temperature can range anywhere from 38 to 49 degrees. I filled in the circles because of the equal to symbols. All right, let's look at our second one. All real numbers that are at least -2 and less than 4. So I'll just use x. I know so -2 is going to be here, 4 is going to be here, smaller number on the left, larger number on the right. It's got to be at least -2. So if x is at least -2, it can be -2 and then anything more than -2. So this is going to be less than or equal to there. Because remember, I can read that backwards. This says x is greater than or equal to -2, which we said. But then it says and less than 4. So it can't be 4. It has to be less than 4. So this is just going to be a less than symbol. It can't be equal to 4 because it says less than 4. So then when I go to graph this one, I'll put -2, I'll put 4, I'll put 0 here in the middle. It's going to be -2 is equal to, so I fill in my circle, it's greater than. Less than 4, I don't fill in this circle, it's less than. So they meet there, and that shows our answer. Because all real numbers, by the way, all real numbers means like 1, 1.3, 1.3765544. So that's just saying everything in between -2 and 4. All right, so that's example 1. I got one more with inequalities that we're going to solve.